I always feel like somebody's watching me. Oh, jeez. Oh, holy crap. You guys scared me. Jeez, you guys should have said something. Why didn't you tell me you were there? If I'd known you guys were there, I would have said, what's up, everybody? It's Death Rival Gaming here with a stakeout gameplay for you. 32-7. And pretty nice gameplay, TDM. Not the usual domination that I bring you guys, but, also the not the usual intro I give you guys. I know it's kind of corny, but I had to do it. I heard the song on the radio today, and I thought it would be a cool intro. So there's the spy plane. But yeah. So today's commentary is it's, as you can see by the title, it's going to be another spoiler alert. And it's going to be about this book that I had to read for summer reading. It was a crap book. The Old Man and the Sea. And if you've ever been to high school, you've had to read this book. Even my mom, who went to school in the frickin' 70s, had to read this book. So if you've ever been to high school, you've had to read this book. It is a terrible, terrible book. And the only reason I was able to read it as quick as I could was because I'm into fishing personally. But basically what the story is about is some old motherfucker who he's homeless. He's sleeping on a bed of newspapers, and he's having his 12-year-old love slave bring him like rice and bread from his house, from his love slave's house. And he's sleeping on newspapers, and his love slave used to go out on the boat with him. They used to have butt sex while they were fishing. But anyways, he hadn't caught anything to feed himself with or pay any bills with. That guy was stupid right there. But he hadn't caught anything for the longest time. I don't know if it was like 48 days. I don't remember the exact number of days, but it was at least like 2 months. And the guy goes out, this is my lucky day. This is the time when I caught that big fish before. You remember that, love slave? We were having anal butt sex with nylon ropes tied to our penises. And he goes out that day, and he sets out like 10 lines. And by the way, he doesn't have a fishing pole. He just has strings, like lines of fishing rope. And like, first off, hand raise bullshit. Nobody is gonna reel in the 2,000-pound fish that this guy ends up catching with his bare hands on a tiny rope that will burn your fucking fingers to shit. But anyways, the guy sets out the lines, and he catches like a 20-30-pound tuna, which, okay, sure, he's like, whoa, that's kind of cool, and it's stupid. So he reels that in, and he just sits it out in the hot sun while it fucking decays, and the dickhead just lets it sit there. And then he starts fishing again, and he gets a big pull on the line, and I don't know how his hand didn't get ripped off. Maybe from the years and years of jerking off to young man porn, but the guy holds on to the line and lets the fish take the line, and after like 4 days of battling with this fish, it finally jumps out of the water, and of course he pops a boner, and then he's disgusted by his own penis and vomits. But basically, he finds the fish, he gets the fish, and he starts reeling it in, and his hands get cut to shit, and I kid you not, 30 pages of the book were about how his hand hurt. And I swear to God, I wanted to shoot my penis off. And it was just awful. So, then he's reeling in the fish, and after 3 days of hearing about how his hand hurts, it finally uncramps, and he starts reeling in the fish slowly, and the fish gets close to the boat, and it takes a day before the guy finally gets the fish close enough to the boat. And every time he gets it close enough to, what the fuck is this guy doing? Every time he gets it close enough to the boat, the fucking fish just turns around and runs away. And of course he's 300 years old trying to reel in this fish, so he loses it, and then his boner goes away, and he vomits again for disgust of his own penile organs. But he finally gets the fish close enough, and this, instead of being humane about it, what does this guy do? He clubs it with a mallet. Disgusting. Okay? You have a fucking harpoon sitting right next to you, and you club the thing with a mallet? You sick pervert? What the fuck is wrong with you? But, anyways, he finally kills the thing, and it flops out of the water, and he's like, oh, bonerific. And then he looks at the fish, and it was all majestic and purple, and last time I checked, when a fish is purple, it's time to throw the fish back in the water, because it's clearly got some sort of anal gland disease. But he keeps the fish, and I forgot to mention in the beginning, but his boat is like 2 feet long. So, and the entire time he's fighting this fish, he's getting pulled back, and of course it feels like an erotic massage on his anal glands, so he's enjoying it the whole time. But he really can't because his hand hurts, but, anyways, he finally gets the fish in, kills it, ties it up to the end of the boat, and of course it's going to be like 4 more days, and this guy hasn't eaten in so long, but it's 4 more days before he gets it back to the boat, or to the dock, and on the way, this mako shark comes up and is like, nom 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 nom, on the fish, and by the way, the fish is a swordfish. I don't know if I think I forgot to mention that, but it's a swordfish, and the fish goes, nom 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 nom, and it's like a 2,000-pound fish, and the shark takes like 40 pounds off of it. I don't know how this guy knows these incredibly accurate descriptions, but then he clubs the shark to death. Come on, just let it take the meat. And then by the time he gets back, there have been like 1,000 sharks chewing on his erection fish, and he finally gets back in, and the sharks have eaten like half of his fish, and you know, by then his boner has reduced to nothing more than a turtle shell. But he gets all depressed, but everyone still loves it because they're like, well, I love boners too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But his love slave comes back